Hello, I want to introduce this humorous story which happened yesterday. Uh, I'm sure if you're a human being, we all encounter embarrassing situations where we think, oh my gosh, how am I going to deal with this? Anyway, I like to live well. My champagne. But I like to live good, so I visit, British mansions, manor houses, I'm a member, of National Trust, which means you enjoy English heritage. I'm a bit like, the boxer Chris Eubank. He's a very fine, I guess I use this term deliberately. Oh, there's a black boxer, but he's a very fine Englishman. He dresses well and he carries a cane and a bowler hat. Yeah, so he's more English than the Englishman, because he takes pride in the English culture. However, I went to this mansion in Shropshire, in Atcham, with a friend of mine. And one thing with these places, it always attract superficial people. They probably even only got one qualification to the name, but they seem to think that somehow they're connected, to the earls and the lords that used to live there. So it goes to the heads, and you would think to yourself that you were rubbing shoulders with aristocracy. I can never pronounce that damn word. Aristocracy, and royalty. The way these people act, it goes to their heads. Being in these mansions, etc., and looking at rich history. And anyway, I was there with a friend of mine, yesterday, and we decided, we wouldn't rather go to, a restaurant, but we would use our badge because I pay every month, so and I hardly go. So I thought I might as well get my money's worth. If you pay every month, you can, visit any of these mansions, and they do have beautiful, sort of restaurants there as well. Anyway, what happened was, we were walking around this big, massive, estate. The grounds, wow, was tremendous. And like, not many black people, actually join, National Trust, British Heritage. Black people tend to live boring, religious lives or ghetto lives. I mean, I'm a Christian, I'm a man of faith, but still I enjoy life. I worship God at home. I don't go to church, they're too corrupt, but I worship God at home. But I live a nice, beautiful life. I love nature, and I love, English history. And I'm not going to allow anyone to put me off enjoying my life. I'm not going to let anybody put me off my blessings. My blessings. I sound like a prosperity preacher. I'm going to be rich, But I'm not allowing anyone to put me off my blessings, my happiness, my positive thoughts. Because, there's a saying goes, this present life is no dress rehearsal. So you have to live your life and let nobody put you off, right? Whether you're white, whether you're black, whatever, you have to live your life and let nobody put you off. I suppose it's no different to, a woman, working in an all-male environment. She has to, go for the job that she wants and not let anybody put her off, and so it's the same thing, right? Or even, I mean, I don't want to be liberal, I hate liberals, right? But even a white male, who is ashamed, of the beauty of his history. He's ashamed to talk about it because he's a white male. That is wrong. Be proud. The white male and the white woman are the fathers of science. You know, the fathers, you know, of medicine. So you got to be proud of who you are. Everybody has a right to be proud of their race, to be proud of themselves. And I love my brown skin. Look how good looking I am. Look at me. I'm too beautiful. So I'm proud of myself. I like the way I look. You know, I've lost so much weight. So I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to show my figure off. Right? So yesterday, you know, I went to this beautiful, you know, Shropshire mansion, and there was this cinema room. Well, there's a cinema room with all the racists sitting in there. I won't say what colour they are. Leave it to your imagination. But anyway, all the racists were sitting in there, and anyway, and I can still see it. When I walked in, all eyes are on me. All eyes, you can feel the heat. And me, you know, me the shy person, I knew what they were doing, so I turned around and laughed. But they saw me laughing. They obviously knew that I was laughing because they were staring at me, and they laughed too. They laughed too because they saw that I was laughing. I was giggling because I knew they were staring at me. And it's almost like I was thinking, this is predictable. I knew this was going to happen. And I turn around and try to hide my face. You know, but what my friends will always say, when I turn around and smile, you can tell I'm smiling. You know, I never turn around quickly enough. And they saw me laughing, you know, smiling. And they started chuckling too, you know, so it created humor, because what it was telling them was that I was not going to allow a racist situation in which to hinder my happiness, my peace of mind. This kind of subject is for the weekend, but I had to get off my chest today because I was laughing about it when I was in the kitchen. Right? But I was not going to allow people's bigotry or ignorance, you know, because a lot of racism is ignorance. You know, I've come across many racists who, after they get to know me, their racism drops. A lot of it feeds from the media. The media is to blame. You know, the media is putting poison, you know, making sure racial division, you know, gets worse, because that's how the government can control you. You know, if you get blacks hating whites, whites hating blacks, then we will never unite, we will never create a revolution, and the government remain in power. Can you imagine what would happen if black people and white people came together? Can you imagine the power we would have? And the government knows it. The government are thinkers. The government of thinkers, they are super intelligent. They know the catastrophe that would happen if black people and white people came together. And that's the reason why they will promote the LGBT, feminism, Islam, but they will never promote blacks and whites together, because we would be a powerful force and we would take down the corrupt government. They can't allow that. But anyway, so I turned one thing with me, in negative situations, I always use humor. Because you know why? The greatest comedians always have a powerful social commentary behind the comedy. You know, I mean, Chris Rock is a great comedian, you know, and yet, what's his name? Ben Elton, you know, a political satirist, you know, is a great comedian. You know, in fact, I loved Ben Elton. You must read his book, Blind Faith. It is powerful. It will tell you how we've been brainwashed. Ben Elton, Blind Faith. Right? You know, I like that guy ever since I was 21 years old, when I saw him on stage, you know, doing political comedy. And I thought, wow. You know, I actually saw although he's a white male, I saw myself in him. You know, so you can actually use comedy, you know, in order to bring across a serious situation. And yesterday, when I was smiling, I turned around and smiled because I knew they were staring at me. you know, and they knew I was laughing, and they knew why as well, because they were making it obvious gawping. And when I laughed, it made them laugh, because they realised how silly they were. And you know something? We all had a good time. Why? Because the ignorance fell down like a pack of cards, showing that if we want to, we can live as one. Thank you.